Alright, welcome back folks to part 3 of Let's Make a Pony Skeleton. As you recall, let's see here, live boolean, yep, we want to make sure that's good. Live boolean. We were making teeth last time, so let's continue that. Don't forget we're making half, so we need to make these front end scissors. Yes, we need to make the front end scissors. Once again, we're working on the teeth. So we're going to append a cube. So again, we're going to edit it down, make it smaller. What? Yes, we are definitely going to make it smaller. So we're going to definitely make sure that it's in the right position, and then we're going to shrink it down. Move it off to the side. Is that right? How come every time that I start talking, you want to go outside? I played with you earlier. Problem is that I fed you. The front tooth, the right thing, we're going to subdivide this. Hitting Control D, subdivide twice. Yes. You messing with my green screen? Add this down, make it smaller and thinner. Don't forget, we're currently just blocking stuff off. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Move this over. And for the front teeth, we don't want to shrink these. We actually don't want to. And for this one in particular, we want to mirror and weld this one right here. So go down to, what is it, not subdivisions, edge loop. Topology, mirror and weld. Okay, so we need to get rid of the lower subdivisions, so we'll delete the lower ones and then mirror and weld. And this one we're going to, we've got plenty of space. What is it, baby? Come on, get up here. Get up here. Come on, get up here. So there we go. Yes, I know. There we go. You're okay. Yes. Yes, you're fine. There you go. let's go ahead and undo that. Need it to be just a little bit closer. And mirror weld. Just a little bit closer. Want it to be almost parallel. That will do, I think. Okay. There we go. Feel better now. Now that you get my attentions. Next we need to select the next one. And don't forget, we don't want like the perfect smile, right? We need to mess it up slightly, so we're going to duplicate. Go down to the deformation and then mirror. Once again, we need to get rid of these subdivisions. In order to do that, we simply go to Geometry, delete lower subdivisions, and then mirror again. Okay. Now we'll do this to every single one of them. So we will, now that we got the front teeth set up, and we can go to the back, we will duplicate. Here. Oh, once again, subdivisions. Go up here. Delete lower subdivisions. And then, did we duplicate? Yes, we did. And then deformation. Mirror. There we go. Duplicate, delete subdivisions, mirror. So again, we're going to duplicate, delete subs, and mirror. Once again, we're going to duplicate, delete subs, and then mirror. There we go. There's our teeth right there. Oh, hello. I'm excited to see how this video's turned out. Oh, okay. I have to admit that they look good, but I'm still not over 28 pranks later. Cookie-eating monster ponies? Well, I mean, you kind of have to have zombie ponies if you're going to have undead ponies. Also from the Scaremaster, and I mean, they're referenced so many times. So they are canon. They're very much canon. Now we're going to switch over to the move. We're going to increase the size. We're going to the lower jaw, and we're going to make sure that our jaw, our bottom jaw, has enough to work with. All right. They are canon, very much canon. Zombies are a thing in MLP. Let's go ahead and expand that out. Make this a little bit larger. Now there are two ways that we can do this. I personally like to make my own. probably need to inflate this. I'm going to inflate. This isn't necessary, but I am going to inflate this. There we go. This is the jaw, right? The jaw right here in particular. The mandible is actually very, very tough. Very thick. Very thick part of the mandible. And then we'll just lower this just a little bit. And 4 on top, 4 on bottom. You can edit yours however you like. Don't be afraid to experiment. Place things where you like them to be. Right now we're going to do the teeth on the bottom. And we might as well subdivide the bottom jaw just to give it more of a clean appearance. We are once again going to subtool, append. We're going to bring in a new cube. So again, we're going to shrink this cube. Ooh, grab the wrong thing. Shrink the cube until it fits the proper size of what we're going for. Generally speaking, they're about the same size, so something to keep in mind. Turn this ever so slightly. So again, we're still a little bit big. We're going to shrink it down just a little bit more. Remember, we want to start with the back because it's the biggest, the largest. Technically, they're fairly similar in size, but we want it to be lining up. The molars line up properly. And let's go ahead and go back to the move brush. You can also do the inflate, or not the inflate, but the clay buildup. You want to go to the clay buildup. You want to hide at the bottom jaw. Sure that this is somewhat aligned. And nobody's teeth are perfect, but you can get them to where they're like almost mashing on top of each other. And then go ahead and do some clay buildup. Let's go ahead and subdivide this once again. Subdivide it 3 times. You can subdivide as many times as you like or until you get a good fit or you feel like you're getting a good fit. We're doing the exact same thing as we did on the top. Using the clay buildup, and don't forget it doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually better if it is off. Because the human eye can easily catch edges, and you don't want edges. There we go. And now, let's go ahead and smooth this out. And once again, we have a nice molar back tooth. We're just simply going to smooth it out until we get a good solid blend. And we don't want to mess up all the edges, right? We still want there to be some variation in the object. No masking, at least not yet. This helps differentiate the teeth, and it makes it much cleaner. Once again, we're going to clear out the rest. Right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. We might clean that up just a little bit right there. Okay, perfect. Now, once we got one molar, we can actually spin this. We can actually turn it. So, new folder. Bottom teeth. Make sure that it's a brand new folder. Then we're going to duplicate it. Drop in the folder. We're going to move it. And once again, we're going to pull it forward. Shrink it just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Then we're going to turn it slightly. And now we're going to bring back our jaw. There we go. Make sure that it's lining up quite nicely. It appears to be doing so. We are going to duplicate once again. Bring it forward, shrink it just a little bit, rotate it. Bring it forward. Make sure that's also lining up on the top as well. Most people's teeth aren't perfect. Most horses' teeth aren't perfect. And that's actually to our benefit. Bring it forward. Push in. And make sure that lines up fairly well. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to line up like it makes sense. Right? That looks pretty good to me. And now we need to work on the front teeth, which are smaller, right? Have to realize that they are smaller. We're going to let's go ahead and do move. There we go. Smooth that out just a little bit. There. Perfect. Yep, there we go. Once again, we're going to bring in a brand new object. Append. We'll go with a cube once again. We're going to move the cube, make sure that you have it selected. Want it to be at least appropriate size. Horses have very interesting teeth. They have kind of like a little incisors, right? Little shears that they used to cut grass with. It's actually very straight. It's actually very, very straight. There's a slight curve to them, but they actually lock very well. Let's see if we can get a picture of it. So always go for references. Well, that's new. Yep. Horse teeth. See how they have kind of like a shear, like a shearing. That's kind of funny. And they kind of interlock. The bottom's actually smaller. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will add another one up top. Just since we have a good clean reference. So let's narrow down, shrink. Don't forget these need to fit on the inside. And then just go ahead and subdivide this a couple times. 1, 2. Just go ahead and smooth it out. Perfect. We're going to duplicate. Now that we know that there's 6 of them, this should be a little bit easier. And they should line up fairly well. They go on the inside. Let's go ahead and mirror and weld. So geometry, delete lower, mirror and weld. Okay, that's not what we're wanting. Just gonna pull it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Perfect. It's looking pretty good. And let's go back to this one, and we need to make adjustments to this one now that we got the middle set up properly. Although the teeth do interlock, it's still in a semicircle manner. And then duplicate. And now that we know that there's going to be 6 instead of 4, us out a lot. Perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and head back up top. So again, we're going to duplicate and then move it off to the side. Lower and then mirror deformation, mirror, and then mirror. again, we're going to geometry, delete lower, subtool, duplicate, then mirror, perfect, subtool, duplicate, geometry, delete lower, mirror, now we go for the back teeth. What we're going to do is we're going to come through and edit these. That way they don't have the perfect smile. We don't want it to have it. Going for like an undead, grungy kind of look. But it's important to place the teeth first. Delete lower. Here. Duplicate. Here. Here. Click. Subtool, duplicate, geometry, delete, lower subs, deformation, and mirror. Subtools, duplicate, geometry, delete lower, deformation, subtools, duplicate, geometry, and then mirror. Perfect. Okay, cool beans. The teeth are mostly done. We will come back and edit these down, but we once again have to go through and edit everything. So, we're quite happy so far with the let's see here. Before I do anything more, just go ahead and get a horse skeleton. Let's make sure that nothing is obviously messed up. I don't think so. It's a good picture. We'll use these. Like I said, always use references. Always. That'll help us out right there. Okay. Looks like there's these little edges. So just expand on that. The top is clearly larger. Oh, okay. That was kind of weird. Down. Let's go ahead and move. push this in. Shrink this just a little bit. Line the top, narrow the base. And just go ahead and smooth this out just a little bit. Just try to. Should make that a little bit more distinct. I feel like I could cut that out, which I think I will. We want the trim. Control Shift. There's subdivisions, multiple subdivisions. Delete lower. Perfect. There we go. There's a blade. All right, let's go ahead and chop this off too, since we're here. Be at a right angle. So I'm afraid to cut off too much. It's better. There we go. sometimes you have to cut off those little tags, because sometimes it will not smooth out. There we go. That's a proper, accurate bone. There we go. Let's go ahead and head to here, and then we need clay buildup. So we'll go and inflate. There we go. Alright, let's see here. That's set up properly. And for the next one, inflate. This needs to be the back, so inflate. Over to the move button. You can, don't forget, you can do whatever you want with yours. I'm trying to get mine to be fairly representative of a horse, right? Or a pony. I'm just going back and making sure everything meshes well. Next we need, what do we need next? We're going to have to make these into objects and then edit them down. Over here, and then I feel like this actually looks pretty good. I'm not going to do anything here. Make sure that these, yep. Excellent. And then move and just make slightly bigger. Slightly bigger. It's looking pretty good. Alright, remember when we were pushing off the hip last time? Now you will see why. So the hip needs to be subdivided a couple times. 1, 2. And now we need to get rid of some of these, I wouldn't say nasty artifacts, but multiple subdivisions. Go ahead and delete those. Good, 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 good. Okay. Where are we currently at when it comes to the hip? Let's go ahead and duplicate. This is just a test run. It's just to see where we're at. here. Okay, so we can get it a little bit closer. Something went wrong with the stream. It's okay, I still have you guys. Okay, now just duplicate. Let's take that one, delete that. Yes. Did we duplicate? Not yet. Duplicate, and then here. That is perfect. That is exactly what we're going for.
Oh, what is it? Get up here. Come. Come to me, Miss Talkative. Earlier today, you weren't this talkative. Come.
Okay. Just going to sit down. I'm okay with that. Looks like there's this offshoots, right? Like,
Oh, don't play with that. It's not for you. You're playing with a cord.
but that's the cord that's plugged in. It's not for you. Danger, kitty, danger.
Hey, where? Hey, you eat my food and everything else and you still want to go outside? I gave you yummy, delicious chicken and this is how you repay me? Come here. Get up here. Come on. Get up here. Oh my goodness gracious.
There we go. Oh, there we go. What's even the temperature outside? What is it? Kitty distraction. It's okay. It's a good distraction. Yes. Word of the day. Now can I get back to it? Are you going to be quiet? You got this nice comfortable pillow that you can rest on. Or you can just stick your butt in my face. You can do that too, I guess. Have water. Can't have my water though. Okay, so that's perfect. We need to take this and push this off to the side. So we will take this and then move this out ever so slightly. Move down. Let's go with the inflate brush. Played with you earlier. Played with you with the string. Apparently it wasn't enough. Big as well. Oh, dang. Get up here. Get up here so I'm gonna beat you. Get up here so I can beat you proper like. No. There's also a knee joint right here as well. So there's a fairly large complex things that are going here. So in order to get these all combined into one, no, don't do that. I'll show you how to do that once we're done getting the thick blocks in. Because we're still at the stage where we're getting like finer details. The blocking is like stopped, and we're starting to like work on the finer details of the model itself. Right. We gotta make sure things are actually working properly. Zoom out. Yep, it looks pretty good. This big part right here. I'm just simply inflating where I see joints are currently located. So right there.
Oh my goodness gracious. What are you playing with? What is it back here?
Are you playing with my coat? Oh my word. Better run. Better run. Just slightly.
What are you doing? Come here. Come.
Make sure that the hoof is properly dented. There's the hoof right there. Let's go ahead and hide this, and then once again we're trying to get blocks and shapes. Smooth that out. There we go. So we're going to switch over to the move brush. So we're going to make sure that this is down into there. There we go. This. Let's make sure that we have a decent horse hoof. Elongate that. Do that to this one as well. Yes?
You can't go outside, honey. I'm sorry, you can't. Come here. Come.
Come to me? She's like, no, chase me. I'm like, no, I can't chase you. I'm busy recording, honey. I'm sorry. What are you chasing after? Promise to play with you once this is done. I promise. It's looking good. Looking good. This needs to be brought forward, I think. Remember, we're not doing detail yet. Not doing detailed work. One general shapes. Because you can work on like all the fine detail. And then go back through and be like, well, guess what? All that fine detail has to go away because you have to subdivide it again. Make sure you're not doing that. Alright, once again, just look. Make sure that we have like good locations. Good girl. It's finally settled down. Cool. Okay, make sure that's done. That's set up. That's set up. That's set up. Cool beans. Okay, let's go ahead and look out. Make sure things are done properly. Let's go ahead and look at our horse. If you look at that, the nostrils are actually okay. I thought so. I thought so. So just go up to that bullion. Yep. So they are actually touching. Subtool. Delete. That's an issue. That's an issue. You can see where the teeth are coming through. Yes. And this is not cross. Okay, and then duplicate. Mirror. And then boolean. It's actually bigger. So delete that again. It's kind of what I want, but it's not giving me what I want. Let's make this just a little bit bigger. try inflate. Just inflate. Just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Duplicate and mirror. Okay. I'm liking where this is going. Let's just go ahead and try.
What did you say, you sassy cat?
I'm getting sassified now.
Alright, guys. I have to beat this kitty. She is being super sassy.
This is a good place to end. We will figure out how to replace this or edit the teeth down, or simply just copy and paste the booleans down upon the teeth area. I will see you guys in the next episode. Rodney the Skeleton Pony. Rodney things just popping into my head. That's amusing. But thank you guys very much for coming out. I appreciate